Namaste, everyone, and as welcome to the new program of the IKS division on internship announcement, institutional internship announcement for this financial year. And as is the tradition in the Indian Knowledge Systems division of the Minister of Education, we will start with a Swasti Mangalacharna. Shri Ram, please.
Om Somo va etasya rajyamadatte yo raja sandhyaryo vatsomena yajate devasva metani havigumsi bhavanti etavanto vai devanagum savaha saevasmai savan prayachantu sayanam punastuvante rajyaya devasu raja bhavati. Om.
Dhanyavada. So let me introduce our IKS division team here. I think it will be good that you all get to know. So we have online with us Dr. Anuradha Chaudhary ji. She is our coordinator for outreach activities of the entire IKS division. And online we also have Anurag Deshpande. He's our FDP coordinator, as you know. And then we have in the office there Dr. Ruchika Singh ji. She is the head for heading all the school and higher educational institution, basically initiatives of the IKS division. And then we have with us there Kautilya, who is going to be the lead person for the internships, institutional internships here. And then we have Sriram there, who is basically leading the IKS Wiki platform for the Indian Knowledge Systems division, IKS division, Sriram there. And then we have Dr. Piyush Kantipal. He is basically again helping us with all our outreach activities and also looks into a lot of background work in terms of media, publicity, and all of those kind of materials that we make. And then we have Yashasvi there. She's our latest basically member of the IKS division, and she is looking into some of the very exciting projects about which we will announce in the very near future. On the other side of the table are the most important people for the IKS division who do a lot of the background work, and led by Sandeep ji there. Sandeep ji looks after our entire back office work, and we have Manoj ji there. Manoj ji looks after again our office files and all of those things. And then we have Hemant ji, who is looking after our financial transactions, keeping us in line with all the GFR rules, everything. And surely you must have heard about each one of us at different points of time. And myself, I'm Ganti Surya Narayana Murthy. I'm the national coordinator for the IKS division. And so without much further ado, let's get into this thing. And can I request the team to please start the presentation, please? Thank you. Can you please put that in the full screen mode? Thank you. Namaste, everyone. Again, so welcome to the announcement of the institutional internship program of the Indian Knowledge Systems division of the Ministry of Education. Next slide, please. So when we talk about Indian knowledge systems, we have this question, although due to the many of the initiatives that many of organizations are taking around the country, including in a major part the kind of initiatives that the Indian Knowledge Systems division itself is driving. We know kind of what is Indian knowledge systems, but just for the sake of newcomers there. So essentially, when we look at all the knowledge that has occurred in the land of Bharata, the jnana, the vijnana, the practice, basically, and then the jivana darshana of this people, which has arisen from the deep experience, observation, experimentation, and rigorous analysis of the world, and then has led to this jivana darshana based on this jnana. And this jnana is transmitted through the textual, oral, and artistic traditions, and is documented in all the languages of Bharata, and is expressed and practiced in various streams, whether we talk about education, arts, administration, law, all the fields of human endeavor. That essentially is the overall philosophy of how the knowledge systems within India are unique, in the sense that they have a unique jivana darshana, which has arisen from the experiences that resulted the jnana, and then the practical applications of that in the vijnana. And each of these aspects, the jnana, vijnana, and the jivana darshana, inform each other, and that form a triad of basically the whole thing. If you think of the Jivana Darshana as the soil in which the jnana, the vriksha comes up, the vijnana is the phala of that tree. And then that practically translates into the drishti, the perspective. The Jivana Darshana becomes the drishti for each of the fields that makes that knowledge system uniquely Indian. That means when we talk about mathematics, the Jivana Darshana of Bharat influences that in a way that gives a particular drishti to that field of mathematics, which makes that mathematics Bharatiya Ganita. Similarly, when we talk about the chemistry, so that Jivana Darshana of Bharat is influencing that and makes it the basically the Bharatiya Rasayana Shastra. Similarly, when we talk about the healthcare systems, it makes it into an Ayurvedic practices. And then these things, these canvas of essentially that drishti, that the perspective that we bring in is essentially transmitted through the parampara, jnana parampara. So the jnana, the knowledge, is transmitted through the parampara. The parampara itself has three components to it, whether we talk about the knowledge creation, transmission, and preservation. So all the three components are part of the parampara. So there has to be preservation, there has to be transmission. When we talk about transmission of knowledge, we are talking about age appropriate and Desha Kala Parasthiti appropriate. That means as appropriate to the age, as appropriate to the country, as appropriate to the place, time, all of those space, all of those three dimensions. And then we also need to talk about the creation of that knowledge, the creation of new knowledge that essentially forms the parampara, which is flowing like a Jnana Ganga. And then that Jnana Ganga, we can all derive uses for that, essentially, which is your laukika prayojana, that is vijnana, the practical utility of this jnana, the parampara, to solve current and emerging problems of the world. That essentially is the drishti, basically forming the big canvas on which the parampara exists, and then from which we derive the laukika prayojana, so the prayojana for this world and the next. Next slide, please. So as you can see, when we talk about Indian knowledge systems, it's a very, very inclusive, diverse, and pluralistic expression of the Jivana Darshana of the Bharat. So the vision of the IKS division itself is to rejuvenate and mainstream this Indian knowledge systems for the contemporary world in the existing current societal context. So we highlight in whatever activities we do, the parampara, drishti, and the laukika prayojana. In essence, if we have to say it in one sentence, we want to bring the IKS currently restricted to libraries to laboratories, and we want to rejuvenate the entire system. And for that, it is a very important aspect to create and nurture our youth. And therefore, this program, next slide please, which we are calling as Bharatiya Jnana Samvahana Karyakramah. That means something, Bharatiya Jnana Samvahana means something that takes the Indian knowledge systems together. And Karyakrama, this is a program which nurtures youth by taking them together with it. Therefore, this is an institutional internship program, which is similar to some of the internship programs that we had in the past. And this is for this year, we are announcing it for the first time, 2024, 2025. Next slide, please. So this internship program is designed to encourage and enthuse youth, so that it is specifically geared towards the youth, and so that they can take a deeper study of various Indian knowledge system topics related to IKS, basically, and to facilitate the implementation of NEP 2020. So we are announcing this program on May 30th, and the applications for this program will be due by 30th of June. And as is so within a month, you'll have to submit the applications. Application formats and everything are given on the in our website, iksindia.org/internship/form. You can visit our website. Contact IKS internship by July 30th of the internship. Progress reports will be due by November of 31st, and final report will be due by January 31st, 2025. Next slide, please. Yeah, the themes for this basically institutional internship program are all given, and it is not necessary you have to specifically stick to only these areas, but we prefer that you stick to one of these areas, and other areas may be considered, but it has to be very convincing, and also it should be in alignment with the IKS division vision. Otherwise, we will not accept those proposals. And our quest in the IKS division is to go for high quality proposals and high quality basically programs. Therefore, we will be looking at the proposal quality, and we will fund as many high quality proposals as we receive. But if we do not receive any high quality proposals, we'll prefer not to fund rather than fund some mediocre proposals. So therefore, our request would please submit very good proposals, and that will be in all of these areas. As you can see, they cover almost the entire gamut of modern and traditional basically vidyasthanas, the knowledge areas, themes, whether we talk about holistic medicine and wellness, Indian psychology, yoga, IKS-based approaches for economics, governance, political systems, management, leadership, law, jurisprudence, artistic traditions, so on and so forth. You can see that entire list of this, which is again posted on our website in the guidelines. So I'm not going to read through all of them. So there are so many areas that each of you, regardless of what your area of specialization is and area of interest is, you'll find that there is one theme for you there. As they say, there's an app for everyone. So there's an app for there's a theme for everyone here, the IKS division 2. So next slide, please. And who is eligible for this program? So we are basically, this is an institutional internship program. What that means is that individual interns cannot apply to this program. Only organizations or institutions can apply for this program, where basically the idea is we will be giving this institutional internship program to institutions or who will in turn go, they will find to mentor, and then they will basically mentor the interns and administer the program from their institution. And one thing that we want to clearly specify here is that the mentors or the gurus, the intern, may or may not be associated with the institution itself, but the PI must be a permanent employee of the institution. So faculty members in any government recognized educational institution, whether it be private or public or any government funded programs, NGOs and trusts or foundations which are exclusively working in the domain of IKS are eligible to apply. And basically the principal investigator must have at least 5 years of experience. When we say 5 years of experience, this experience is not exclusively in IKS area, but in basically in academia or in administration. So or call the administer the program, and the investigator can, if he or she does not have experience in IKS, they can find co-PIs or mentors who are experts in IKS, and the program can be run through that system. And the PIs or the mentors need not be from the same institute as the principal investigator is to be. And the principal investigator, the funds will be given only principal investigators organization and dispersed from there. Just to encourage the diversity of the application process and the spreading of this IKS activities across institutions, we will be funding only one high quality proposal from every institute. So let's say a university submits 10 applications, we will be selecting only one of them for the IKS internship program. Next one, please. Yeah, and what is this program? Essentially, what does that mean? Essentially, an internship for one intern to work for 1 month. And what we are basically giving here in this program is allocating person months to an institution. So let's say we will give maximum of 120 person months per project. That can be under multiple themes, and that can be spread over anywhere between 2 to 6 months. What does that mean? If we have a 120 person months of project in an institution for 6 months, that means an institution can hire 20 interns for 6 months, or they can also hire 120 interns for 1 month. or they can hire 60 interns for 2 months, or any other combination in between as is suitable for the project. The reason we are giving that kind of a flexibility by measuring everything in terms of person months rather than in terms of individual interns is because we have recognized, based on the feedback from the community, that some of the projects can be completed reasonably in 2 months, but some require at least 4 to 5 months or even 6 months. Therefore, to give that flexibility to the gurus, we have specified everything in terms of the person months. So for 1 person month, we will be giving a fellowship of about 10,000 rupees per person month to a intern. This fund of 10,000 rupees per month will go to the intern, and then we also recognize that there are other costs associated with managing the internship through whether pay honorarium to the gurus or buying some station papers, all these kind of things, contingency, supplies, experts, giving some honorarium to the experts, all of that. So therefore, we are basically providing 2,500 rupees per person month. So 10,000 rupees per person month for interns as a fellowship, and essentially be getting 10,500, that is 12,500 rupees per person month. So when we specify a project, we will be specifying the number of person months. So based on that, the budget will be decided. So that's how this program will be rolled out. Next slide, please. Yeah. And what are the outputs that we are looking for in this program? This is an internship for the organizations to host the interns, right? So we want to really look at that you can provide for implementation of NEP 2020. What do we mean by that? So creation of glossaries, for example, the Paribhashika Shabdas, so the terminologies and their explanation from a Bharatiya perspective, the course materials, digital media content, multimedia resources, hands-on activities that we can use perhaps for school clubs or clubs in the colleges, and materials that can be used in the curriculums for school education and undergraduate education. If you can create these things during your internship while the students are learning, this is essentially something that will be highly encouraging. And digital repositories for curating the artwork, including big sketches and multimedia cartoons, graphics for the use in textbooks, IKS, and then oral traditions of Bharat. Preserving the oral traditions of Bharat is a big priority. So again, we are not limited to these project ideas. Again, we are always welcoming any project ideas that will help in supporting the implementation of the NEP for the IKS. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah, thank you. No. Can you go back once? Can you go back one slide, please? Yeah, thank you. So, yeah. So what is an IKS project and what is not an IKS project? I'll try to give you some examples here. The reason why we are trying to do this is we do not want to receive non-serious proposals that have not been well thought out. We want proposals that are well thought out so that they benefit the students as well as the mentors in a comprehensive way. So, for example, a study of mortar composition used in bridges or forts or temples is really an IKS project. Simply studying number of bridges in a locality or ships in a port is not really an IKS project. And basically trying to look at textual and etymological meaning words like dharma, nyaya, papa, punya in a Purana and interpreting them for the current societal context is an IKS project. But simply saying how many times does the word dharma occur in a Purana or nyaya occur in a Purana, that's not really an IKS project. Those are simply, and we are not interested in those kind of projects. We are very much interested in interdisciplinary projects that will combine the Indian knowledge systems with the contemporary knowledge systems and then try to bridge things. For example, what are the characteristics of, as you can glean from our Itihasas and Puranas, is a very great Indian knowledge system. project. But then he's saying, I will call Chanakya as the Machiavelli of India and Kalidasa as the Shakespeare of India. Those are not really the kind of project that we are interested in. We are really interested in trying to bring out the characteristics and the uniqueness of the Indian knowledge systems to the forefront by bringing them into the current societal context. For example, maybe some of you want to study about the influence of music on the basically the reduction in the anxiety, depression in the children or youth. That could be an internship project. Or you can see how different gharanas have different variations in the same gamaka or the same raga or things like that. I mean, the sky is the limit when you want to really explore the Indian knowledge systems. And if you want to bring them out and explore that in this internship program, you are more than welcome. So innovative and insightful projects that integrate Indian knowledge systems in a comprehensive way with the contemporary knowledge systems. Thank you. Next slide, please. So this is only the beginning of this year. We are planning a very, very excited schedule of many, many programs and that will be coming out from the IKS division in the very, very near future. So please do watch out for our website and visit our website, iksindia.org, and you can contact our team, COIKS, for all your general queries. And for this particular program, please send your email questions to iksinternships@asic-india.org. And the contact person for the internship program from the IKS division will be Kautilya for this program. And you can reach out to any one of us. We will be more than happy to help you out, answer the questions, and then take these things forward. And with that, Dhanyavadaha. Thank you so much. And maybe we can take a few questions, Ruchika ji and Kautilya. Please, can you?
So there is no queries in the question, but we are thankful to our live viewers who are watching us live and who will be there with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ruchika. Thank you so much.